Hola fanáticos del baloncesto, bienvenidos de nuevo a Tips and Streams, su lugar favorito para las mejores predicciones de la temporada regular de la NBA. Soy Kokan y estoy aquí para analizar los enfrentamientos de hoy y darte la ventaja que necesitas para hacer las mejores apuestas. Antes de empezar, asegúrate de suscribirte al canal y darle like a este video. Su apoyo es fundamental para nosotros. Recuerda que nuestro canal no tiene patrocinadores y depende exclusivamente del amor y apoyo de espectadores como tú. Incluso una pequeña donación al presionar el botón de gracias bajo el video nos ayuda a seguir trayéndote contenido de primera calidad todos los días. No olvides compartir este video con tus amigos y otros entusiastas del baloncesto. Nos encanta saber de ti, así que deja un comentario abajo y dinos qué te gustaría ver en nuestras predicciones. Tus opiniones nos ayudan a mejorar y a traerte el contenido que deseas. Vamos directamente a las predicciones de la NBA de hoy. Tenemos algunos partidos emocionantes, así que quédate y empecemos esa racha ganadora. Hi Hoops fans. We've got 5 pretty interesting NBA matchups on the board today, and I'm fired up to break them all down. The first prediction today is for the match between the Phoenix Suns and the Boston Celtics. Boston's got their playoff bags already packed. Second seed is locked and loaded, so this one is more about fine-tuning and shaking off that nasty loss to the Heat. That 124-103 whooping snapped their 9-game heater, but let's be real, they were missing some big guns, Holiday, Porzingis, and Horford, so it's tough to judge them off that one. Tatum and Brown are still the engines of the squad, combining for nearly 50 per night, and the Celtics' defense is elite, surrendering only 107.7 a game. Their offensive rhythm's a jazz band at this point, 120.7 per 100 possessions, clean and fluid. But let's not act like Boston's covering these fat double-digit lines consistently. They've dropped the ball on 12 of their last 16 as double-digit faves, so this ain't a lock to be a blowout. On the flip side, we got a Phoenix squad that's in desperation mode. They're hanging on to their play in hopes with sweaty palms and bitten nails, but the injuries have hit them like a brick wall. No KD, no Beal. Just Booker trying to carry the entire desert on his back. And he's been doing all he can, 39 and 11 last time out. But man, one guy can't beat the whole TD Garden army. Phoenix's defense is where things really get dicey. Ranked 22nd, giving up 116.4 per, they're basically handing out buckets like Halloween candy. But that desperation? That's dangerous. Booker's gonna play like every possession is Game 7, and Boston, already set for the postseason, might not match that fire. Still, Boston's had Phoenix's number. 5 of the last 6 matchups went to the Celtics, including a 30-point beatdown just a week ago. If Porzingis is back and Brown suits up, that's just more firepower. But I still think Phoenix has a puncher's chance to keep it respectable, especially with how the Celtics sometimes take their foot off the gas in these spots. Guys like Grayson Allen and Nick Richards gotta show up big. No more passengers. Everybody needs to drive. I'm not calling for the upset of the year or anything, but give me the hungry team getting plus 15 points like it's a free lunch. Boston might win the game, but they don't cover these bloated numbers. Not when they've been cruising, and Phoenix is scrapping for their season. I'm grabbing the Suns and the boatload of free buckets. That's my final pick for this one.
Bienvenido a B2S, Casa de Apuestas y Casino, tu centro definitivo para apuestas deportivas seguras y emocionantes, y juegos de casino. B2S es una de las casas de apuestas en línea más antiguas y fiables en los EU, sirviendo a millones de clientes en todo el mundo cada mes. B2S, confiado por más de 30 años, ofrece grandes bonos de bienvenida, innumerables opciones de apuestas y muchos métodos de depósito y retiro. Depositar fondos es fácil y seguro, con un depósito mínimo de solo $10. Los pagos son rápidos y sin complicaciones, comenzando desde solo $50. Elige entre varias opciones de pago como MoneyGram, cheque por mensajería, criptomoneda o transferencia bancaria. Registrarse es rápido y sencillo. Para registrarte, puedes usar el enlace en la descripción y disfrutar de un generoso bono de bienvenida del 125% hasta $3,000. Al registrarte usando el enlace en la descripción, también nos apoyarás ya que ganamos una pequeña comisión por tu registro en B2S. Gracias por apoyarnos. Únete ahora y empieza a ganar.
The second prediction today is for the match between the Portland Trail Blazers and the Chicago Bulls. Now here's a matchup that smells like grit, hustle, and a whole lot of pride ball. The Bulls may already be locked into the play-in picture, but don't think for a second they're done climbing. With Miami just one game up, Chicago's got every reason to stay aggressive. And you can see it in their play. Just ask the Raptors, who got lit up for 137 last time out at the United Center. Kobe White was hotter than fish grease with 28 points, and the Bulls as a unit looked sharp. This is a team peaking at the right time. Vucevic has been the anchor down low all year. 18.5 and 10 ain't nothing to sneeze at, and Josh Giddey's been that Swiss Army knife every team needs. Plus, the Bulls are finally getting something out of Talon Horton-Tucker, who's come alive late in the season. It's not a coincidence that this team's won 10 of their last 14. They've got the bodies, the experience, and now the momentum. But let's not sleep on Portland. They've been snake-bitten with injuries, no doubt. Ayton, Simons, Scoot, Jeremy Grant, all sidelined, but somehow they're still swinging. And Denny Avdija? Man, that kid's been putting on a show. Fresh off a triple-double with 32, 15, and 10, he's looking like the real deal. Shaedon Sharpe dropped 33 in the same game, and just like that, Portland reminded everyone they've still got some juice. That said, we're looking at a Blazers squad that's already circling the off-season in their calendars. They're 3 games back from the 10th seed, and with the injuries piling up, their margin for error is microscopic. They've been playing catch-up all season, and now they're short-staffed, in a back-to-back spot on the road against a red-hot Bulls team. Not exactly ideal. Portland's youth movement is gaining valuable experience, no doubt, and they've shown flashes of defensive bite. But they're still shaky offensively, just 112.1 points per 100, and now they face a Bulls squad that's been lighting it up, scoring 117+ in 8 straight. That's a lot of firepower for a tired, short-handed squad to handle. Let's not forget the last meeting in January. Portland took it 113-102. But this ain't January, and this version of Chicago is a different beast. They've tightened the rotation, they've cleaned up the turnovers, and they've been getting it done on both ends. Plus, the Blazers' road legs are gonna feel heavy after that Atlanta win. This one's setting up for a late pull away. Chicago's got the depth, they've got the energy, and they've got the motivation to climb up in the East. My money's on the Bulls to win and cover that minus 5-point spread. That's my final pick for this game. Antes de continuar, me gustaría pedirte un pequeño favor. Si te está gustando este contenido, tómate un momento para darle like al video y suscribirte al canal. Aunque no lo creas, suscribirte a nuestro canal marca una gran diferencia para nosotros y lo mejor de todo, no te cuesta nada. ¿Ya hiciste clic en el botón de suscribirse? Genial, muchas gracias por tu apoyo. Ahora, volvamos al video. The third prediction today is for the matchup between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Houston Rockets. Oklahoma City is on another level right now. I mean, 11 straight wins? That ain't luck. That's a squad firing on all cylinders. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is playing like he already got one hand on that MVP trophy, dropping 33 in their last W over Detroit and barely breaking a sweat. They've already locked up the top seed in the West and set a franchise record for wins. And it's not just Shai, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, even Isaiah Joe coming off the bench throwing in 30 bombs when needed. This is the deepest team in the league, no debate. And yeah, they've beaten the Rockets 3 times this year already, all in OKC. Now they roll into Houston, where things haven't exactly gone their way in recent memory. Thunders dropped 6 of their last 7 at Toyota Center. Rockets have been money against the spread at home in these head-to-heads, too. So this ain't just some easy walk-in for the Thunder, even with all that momentum. Houston's had a great season, no one can deny that. They're sitting second in the West with 50 wins, and they just punked the Jazz by nearly 40 points. But dig deeper, and it gets a little cloudy. They laid a stinker against the Lakers a game before that, and haven't been world beaters against elite squads. Plus, their offense can get real cold, real fast. They're bottom 6 in field goal and 3-point percentage, and that's not going to cut it against a Thunder defense that's top in pretty much every metric: fast break D, rim protection, opponent turnovers, you name it. Alperen Sengun's been a beast, no question. Dude's playing like a baby Jokic out there. Reed Shepherd and Amen Thompson have been clutch off the pine, too. But with Fred VanVleet out and OKC looking to send a message to anyone doubting their playoff credentials, this has got close but no cigar written all over it for the Rockets. Now, the trends say Houston covers here, and I hear that. They've got pride, they're at home, and they've been sneaky good when no one's looking. but I still think OKC wins. Just not by a blowout. They're probably gonna rest guys here and there, try to coast to the finish line without any injuries. Rockets can hang close. So I'm rolling with OKC to win, but Rockets to cover that +7 spread. My final pick, the Rockets with the points. The fourth prediction today is for the game between the Denver Nuggets and Golden State Warriors. Now, this one's got serious heat behind it. These two squads have history, and they're staring right at each other in the standings. Denver's up 2-0 this season series, and they've absolutely owned the Warriors lately. 9 wins in the last 10, and 5 straight at Oracle. But this one's different. Golden State just came back home after a monster road run where they ripped off 4 straight, and they're riding high. Steph's coming off a flamethrower performance, 52 and 10 dimes against Memphis, drilling 12 threes like it was nothing. That's scary. Jimmy Butler's been fitting in nicely, doing his usual late-season takeover thing, and the whole vibe feels like 2015 again. This is the best Warriors ball we've seen since the Dynasty days. Denver? Yeah, they dropped 2 straight, but pumped the brakes. They rested everyone against the Spurs after getting dragged into double OT against the Wolves. Jokic put up a 61-point triple-double in that loss. I mean, come on. The guy's from another planet. But they gotta tighten up because now that cushion they had in the standings, gone. The Warriors are breathing down their neck. Still, Denver's got the blueprint. They bullied Golden State last time in San Francisco, no Jokic needed. Gordon went off for 38, MPJ had a double-double, and they controlled the glass like it was a private party. That defense? Tenacious. Forced tough looks, locked down the arc, and snatched 53 boards to the Dubs' 38. But turnovers were an issue, and Westbrook's been, let's say, erratic. Missed a game winner in that double overtime heartbreaker, and if he's got the rock late, Nuggets fans might be biting their nails. They need to clean that up. On the flip side, the Warriors need Curry to go nuclear again. Was it the last time out versus Denver? He got held to 6 of 21 shooting. That can't happen again if Golden State wants this one. Butler's doing his thing, but Kuminga's banged up and Peyton too is still out. Free throws have been brutal, 55% as a team in the last matchup. Can't win tight games bricking freebies. I think Denver's rested, focused, and hungry to avoid dropping 3 straight. The Warriors might be running on fumes after that Lakers game, and Jokic? He smells blood. I'm riding with the Nuggets to win this one and cover. Final pick. Denver gets it done on the road. The fifth prediction today is for the clash between the Dallas Mavericks and Los Angeles Clippers. This one's bittersweet. Dallas just doesn't look like the same team that made the finals last year. Luka's out of town, Kyrie's shelved for the season, and now it's AD trying to carry this thing on his shoulders. And credit where it's due, he mailed the game winner over the Hawks and dropped 34. But one good game doesn't mean the Mavs are back. They're clinging to 9th, barely above .500, and everything just feels shaky. The Clippers? They're surging. Kawhi and Harden have been on point. The role guys, Powell, Zubac, Bogdanovic, have all stepped up, and they're trying to escape the play-in mess. Sitting in 7th, but one win can change everything in this logjam. They smoked the Pelicans last time, and if they stay hot, nobody's gonna want to see them in a 7-game series. Clips bring defense, too. They are the 4th best in the league, only giving up 110.7 per 100. They're also efficient on offense, even if their scoring totals don't jump off the page. Top 10 in field goal percentage and 3-point percentage. Zubac has been owning the glass with 12.5 boards a night, and he's got the size to make AD work for everything. That's gonna be the key. Can Davis replicate that Hawks performance when Zubac is on him like a glove? Mavs got some sparks. Clay's giving M14 a game, Marshall's shooting over 50%, and Gafford's converting everything at the rim. But let's be real, without Luka or Kyrie, they're not scaring anyone. Their offense is decent, top 11, but they can't rebound to save their lives and have zero margin for error. The Clippers have won 6 of their last 10 against the Mavs, and with the way they're rolling, 8-2 in the last 10, I think they'll keep it going. Dallas is still playing hard, but the ceiling just isn't there. This is one of those spots where talent and urgency collide. And with Leonard, Harden, and the crew looking to jump the standings, I think they come out swinging and never let up. My final pick, the Clippers win it comfortably and cover that 8-point spread. Let's wrap this thing. The Suns are to cover, the Bulls to win and cover, the Rockets to cover, the Nuggets to win and cover, and the Clippers to handle business. That's the board today. Let's cash it in.